Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new here or you haven't already, please consider subscribing and helping us feed a hungry hippo. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up while you're watching the video, as it does help us out so much. Today we're going to be looking at the top 10 plush that Keith and I sold in 2022. This is part 2 of like a 2-part series. If you haven't seen the top 10 plush that sold on eBay in 2022, I'll have it pop up at the end for you and you can watch that. Today we're solely focusing on Keith and I's sales. So let me share my screen with you and let you know we're going to be doing this a little bit differently than what you're used to seeing on here for what sold videos. eBay only goes back 3 months unless you use Terapeak. You can look at a whole year of sales, but you still can't pull up listings on eBay to peep at them if they're over 90 days. So you can look at the year's sales on Terapeak to get an idea of comps and average sale prices, but you can't go back more than 3 months on eBay itself to look up the individual listings. So what I've done is I've gone into my List Perfectly catalog and marked it to only pull up plush that have sold. And then I've put them in order from highest price to lowest. And then I just have to look at the date. Y'all can see why I love List Perfectly, right? Sorted into plush that's sold, highest price first. I could have sorted by date as well, but I chose to do the price first so I can easily get my top 10. I just have to peek over here and make sure I'm pulling from the correct year. And then we'll look at the listings this way to show you our top 10. Not all of them are going to be able to be pulled up on eBay because they're over 3 months. So we're just going to do it this way. You can see my biggest selling one sold in 2021 in December. And here we'll also be able to see where they sold. Now, Keith and I don't keep track of how much items sell for in List Perfectly, which you can do. You can see here, like this wolf he sold on eBay. We literally mark that when they sell. We go in here and tell it where it sold. You can put in your cost of goods. You can put in how much shipping cost, total sale price. You can literally do all of your accounting right on List Perfectly. Since Keith and I have spreadsheets that we keep separately, we don't. So I'm just going to be able to tell you what I have the item listed for, and if I can remember if they sold for full price or best offer. This is a Universal Studios Wizarding World of Harry Potter Sirius Black Hound. So this is the Black Hound that Sirius turns into in the movies. And it is an official Universal Studios plush. He is super cool. And he was listed for some money, $49.99. I do believe I had taken a best offer on him. He was about, I want to say $2. He came from the red, white, and blue in Florida. I know that. But keep your eyes out for these Universal Studios official plush, especially the less obscure characters like this one. He's going to be worth a little bit more than the more common characters like Hedwig, Harry's Owl. He's kind of oversaturated. Then next we have this Carter's Just 1 Year Pink Elephant. Because this one sold on Poshmark, I can't actually show you the sold listing. Macari and Poshmark fortunately keep those. Then you can see the actual sell price. So this was a Carter's that sold for $30. These Carter's baby plushies are exceptional. You really want to keep your eyes out for these. But any of the baby plush, Aurora has a line called Aurora Baby. Any of those you want to keep your eyes out for. And you can use terms like lovey, infant, baby. This one was a crib toy. Things like that. They do sell for a little bit more, and they are specifically made for infants. So next after him, we have, I'm going to start closing these as we go along, the Vintage Russ Berry Homebody's Cow. He sold on eBay. So we'll look at him here. I had found a bag of plush at a thrift in Florida. There were 16 plush in there, and the bag was $8, which comes out to 50 cents a plush, which would have been good for even bread and butter, but I could see what was in the bag and I knew what I was getting, so I was happy to pay that. This is Biff. His name is Biff. Reminds me of like some 80s movie with some guy on his dad's yacht. Oh, daddy, it's Biff. Anyway, you want to keep your eyes out for these Homebody. They are vintage. They're like little terry cloth beanbag animals. The cow was listed for $35. I believe I ended up taking a best offer on him. Next up, we have a Heffalump. This sold on Poshmark, so we can see that it sold for $34. This is the Heffalump from Disney Winnie the Pooh, and this is an example of a character that is more obscure and not oversaturated. The Winnie the Poohs, a lot of the characters are oversaturated and they don't sell for that much on eBay anymore. There are some that do, and they go for a little bit more money. In fact, they're in our plush guide. If you haven't bought that yet, the plush guide has been updated, all new for 2023, and it does have a breakdown of some of the different Disney Winnie the Pooh characters. But the Heffalump is more rare, not oversaturated. This is an authentic Disney store, which also helps. This came from a wholesale lot and was only $1 for us, sold for $34 on Poshmark. All right, after the Heffalump, we have Disney Chip 'n Dale. This is a Macari sale, so he'll be over here. And you can see that he sold for $30. Now, I can tell you that Chip 'n Dale are kind of hit or miss. If they're smaller or just plain Chip 'n Dales, they're not going to sell for as much or as quickly as more unique ones. Also, anytime you can get a set of the two chipmunks together, you have a higher chance of selling it more quickly and for more money. I did not have both. I just had Dale here. And the way I always remember how I tell them apart, just a quick tip for you guys, their names are Chip and Dale. The one with the black nose, like a chocolate chip, is Chip, and Dale is the one with the red nose. This is an official Disney chipmunk. He's really cute. He's got a shirt on, so he's a little different. I always pick up the chipmunks when I see them, whether they're unique or not. But just keep in mind, if you have a set, you're going to do a little bit better. Then we have the Alpha Beans monkey, which sold on eBay. He was listed for $30, and I believe he went in the 20s on a best offer. So this came in the bag with the Homebodies. So in that Homebodies bag, there were different Alpha Beans and different Homebodies. Just a whole bag full of really great plush at 50 cents a piece. This monkey is really cute. So the Alpha Beans have animals with letters on them, A through Z. This is the M for monkey. Then next we have this hardware dragon. He sold on Poshmark, so let's look at him over there. He's a baby and child restoration hardware, and that's actually the brand name. You can see it here. I had never heard of this before. This was actually new to me. It came in a wholesale lot. It was about $1. He sold for $23 on Poshmark. And this will be a brand I will definitely be keeping my eye out for from now on. Baby and child restoration hardware. So had this sold on eBay, they would have paid shipping because he was over £1. I did have shipping on him on eBay. And Macari, I had him listed for $33 to give room for shipping. Because he's on Poshmark, they pay shipping anyway, so I just put him up for a little bit less there. He's cute, isn't he? All right, after him, we have this vintage Unipac rabbit. He sold on eBay, so we'll take a look at him here. He was new to me also in a wholesale lot. This is kind of why I like sometimes buying the mystery boxes of plush or the threadette boxes, because I'll get brands that are new to me and surprise, sometimes they're really good. This is vintage. He's a rabbit. So I used keywords in his title. Where's his title? Plush, bunny, hair, realistic. I could have put Easter in there. These realistic animals typically do well. So he started at 30 and he had shipping on him. I can see my code right there. So we always put capital S, capital H in the SKU line when we know we're charging shipping. That way when we're doing offers or when we delist, relist, we know to put the shipping charges in there. We do offer free shipping on Macari, like I had mentioned with this dragon. So we know if we see this in the SKU line, if I had cross-post this to Macari, I would have added like $10 into the cost for shipping and still did free shipping on Macari. Next up, vintage Raspberry Homebody. So here's another one of the Homebodies that came out of that bag. This one's a penguin. You can see they're like a terry cloth. I will keep my eyes out for these in the future and the alpha beans. This is Perky. Perky the penguin and Biff the cow went on a yacht together. And he was listed for $30. I believe he went for his full cost. Here's the Aurora baby puppy dog. Speaking of, I just mentioned that brand to you. The pink and white dog. It is meant for infants. Has cloth sewn on eyes. These are not glass eyes. You can see that they're cloth and sewn. That's a good sign that it's meant for an infant. The tag says baby. So again, you can use words like lovey in the keywords. And so those were the top 10 plush that we sold in 2022 on the various platforms that we sell on. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about plush or reselling in general, let me know in the comments. I did mention in this video, our plush guide did drop for 2023, all brand new information. I'll put a link to that down there as well. And lists perfectly. If you want to try it out, guys, it's one of the best things you can ever do for your business. You can start out 2023 right by trying out List Perfectly. You can do it for 30% off your first month with our code FlippinHippos. And then if you don't like it, you can cancel it with no fees or anything. You try it. You don't like it, you can get rid of it. But I guarantee you will. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Go be productive. Bye.